fully appreciate this story, we need to understand how a Roman would have appreciated it. So now that we have a grasp on the birth of the Republic, let's take a look at the Mos Maiorum, or the Way of the Elders. As far as we know, the Mos Maiorum was never codified, a peculiarity for Roman society, with its records of everything from harvests to legal proceedings. The Mos Maiorum was very special, not quite a religious doctrine or a social code, but rather, simply, the ingredients list for a successful Roman citizen. The Roman who could display all 9 virtues would also succeed in making his family more illustrious, making his life a little bit better off, and making his competition hysterically jealous. Why would this be? All 9 parts of the Mos Maiorum are arguably good and just qualities, and a person who rises to power through corruption and intrigue often tells their subjects there's no other way to get there as a justification. Corruption and lies are inherent and must be accepted, therefore I must be accepted. That kind of thing. A true Roman rising to power through the embrace of the Mos Maiorum would undermine such lies, and the mob in the street could be quite unforgiving of liars and perceived usurpers. Your elder greets you and assures you it's quite simple. There are 9 parts, but the final 2 are a result of proper practice and display of the first 7. For simplicity's sake, we'll call the first 7 the lower values and the last 2 the higher values. So just 9 things to remember. How hard can this be after all? The first, Fides, is similar to the word fidelity today. What does fidelity mean? In the 1980s, recordings called hi-fi started to appear, meaning high fidelity. This meant the recording was as true to the sounds the artist had made in the studio as possible. So, fidelity is the act of remaining true in regards to an external idea, person, place, that sort of thing. So, as the young Sulla, you decide to achieve Fides through military service, truly representing your soldiers, your commanding officers, and the SPQR. By the way, if you don't know what SPQR stands for, I'll tell you. It is the Senatus Populusque Romanos, the Roman Senate and People. It sounds a little bit cleaner in English as the Senate and People of Rome. So, you enlist, and with a bit of money and your noble name, score a comfy spot in the back of a cohort. A couple of years go by, and your cohort takes its inevitable losses. Your officer is killed, and the men of your cohort elect you the next centurion. Good job, except Rome's Gallic border states inform the military of massive migrations of Germans to the far north, specifically the Cimbri and the Teutones. Worse yet, their path appears to be straight towards Rome, in massive numbers. You elect for your cohort to lead the charge into uncharted Germany, in the ultimate test of your fidelity to the SPQR. This is the beginning of your cultivation of Fides, fidelity.